Greetings, YouTube. How is everybody doing out there today? It is beautiful Saturday. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the 18th. It's probably about 45 degrees today, guys. It's a little chilly today, my kind of weather. You never hear me complaining. Now, if it was wind blowing out here and they was like, oh, feels like 20 degrees, yeah, I'd be complaining. I like frigid and I don't like freezing, guys. So, without further ado, guys. All right, guys. So I had of course, whenever you do these, guys, this building's been sitting for a while, guys. Things move around a little bit, they expand and contract and all that. You're always going to have to try to shave something. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to shave them so I can get them into place, get them where I want it to go, guys. And I finally got them in there. Now I'm getting ready to sand on the edges on the inside and on the outside where I left saw marks, because when I paint it, I don't want you to see that. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. And then I'm going to wrap it in plywood. So I'm getting ready to wrap it in the siding and then get my hinges hung and everything. And I'll show you the after video on that. But what I do, guys, I wrap this. And you can cut these out any kind of way you want to, because I'm going to trim it. So if you scar this up in there, you'll never see it because the window's going in there, and I'm going to run trim around it anyway. But I'm just going to take a router and just route it out. It leaves a clean cut. It's faster. And you ain't got to worry about doing nothing crazy. So, but let me show you the building, guys. I got to, anything I left up front here, I got to replace these posts because they twisted on me. I don't know what happened, but they just, I guess I put them up there and they were still kind of wet, so they twisted on me. Oh yeah, I got my privacy fence. Getting ready to expand my privacy fence. I had to stop down there because I got to clear some more trees that fell over. So, but I got all my trim done, guys. This is the only thing I got left to do as far as finished in the building part. But then I got wrap that. I'm gonna wrap that with the same thing I did with the roof. I got to do it on front and back, so I got to pick me up some more of those panels. And then I got some 10-footers. I'm just going to go because it was a little short. I made a piece, but after it twisted, I'm just said, forget it. I'm just going to go with one solid piece. So that's what I'm going to do on both of them. Just go with one solid piece. And so I got to pluck them out. But I got all my trimming done. As you can see, got all my trim done. As far as the building goes, I still got to wrap these posts. See, I did this one here in 10-footers. See, I still got to wrap everything. I'm going to wrap this. I got to put a little notch in that so it don't stick out. So that way the wood will just go right over it. But I got a lot of... See, I still got to trim out around my windows, guys. Still got to trim out around my windows. Still got to put those panels in there. But I can't do none of that yet. I'm going to run all my wires and stuff before I start covering up things, guys. But I still got to wrap my windows. I'm not going to finish the deck, guys, until after I paint it. Because this is going to be a lot easier to paint, guys. That way I can hop up and down wherever I need to go. Got all that there done. Of course, you guys seen that. Same thing over here. I got it all wrapped. I just got to wrap my windows. I bought me a paint sprayer. I told you guys in a previous video. I'm just saying it for the new people. Because it's going to be easier to spray this, guys, than it is to roll it. You can roll it, guys, but you got to take a brush and cut in every one of those lines. Then you got to paint it. And then you got to come back, because I two-coat everything, guys. Actually, I'm doing a prime coat and two paint. I'm going to hit it with primer. And then I'm going to paint it twice. So... because it's pretty much going to have like 3 coats of paint on it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll show you a video, guys, when I wrap these doors. After I wrap these doors and hang them. Guys, pretty much how you hang these doors. See, I got shims down here on the bottom. And what you want to do is, after you go ahead and wrap them with plywood, you shim them back up again to get them level and square. Okay? Then what you do, but you make sure that these right here are up under there. So I got to readjust them. Make sure they're up under there. And then you just frame the door and hang the door the way it's sitting. But putting them shims on there holds the door in place. So when you go ahead and finish wrapping the door, because I'm gonna wrap it pretty much like this. This, guys, pretty much gonna wrap it like this. Only I'm gonna have me a panel coming across here. I'm gonna have to wrap around the windows and things like that. But once I get this on there, guys, and I get my bottom and my top where I want it, because these right here are going to cover up your gaps in here, guys. That's what you want. And it's best to shim the door in a place where you want it. That way, when you go ahead and you put your hinges and everything on there, guys, it'll be right where you left it. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. And I don't have nobody here to hold the camera, and not only that, my camera probably won't, my battery in this phone probably won't live that long. And I know you guys don't want to, I had to pause the thing and let it sit for a couple hours before I can get everything where it needs to be. But I'm just telling you how I do it, guys. I use shims to hold the door in place. Then I wrap it with the one by here. I wrap it with these. And then I go ahead and put my hinges on. And then I check my door. Make sure that it doesn't hit anything as it's opening and closing, guys. And you want to put those plates on there, guys, because that keeps your doors from sagging. If you don't put the plates on there, guys, I mean, you can do other things, but I like using the plates because I don't like it. Over time, guys, the weight it just sags the door, and then you wonder why your door's scraping the bottom or scraping the top because it's done moved or the door gets cockeyed. You want to make sure that you put those plates on there. And that's why I use plates, guys. They keep your door from sagging. Not only that, you know, when the rain hits it, it puts more weight on there. But that's why I'm going to paint it. I make sure I paint it, and that paint reflects the water off of it. So, well, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I just give you guys a decent little walk around. I still got more stuff to do. So hopefully in the next video, guys, I'll have these doors hanging and wrapped, and I'll be able to open and close them. So this is the main thing I need to get done to keep the cold air from keeping this cavity from being open. Because it's going to get cold in there, guys, because there's no heat in there. And I got gaps up here. I'm going to plug those gaps up there with caulk. And then once I put the 1x in there for the panels, you'll never see it, guys. You'll never see it. And then when I decide, guys, see, I got a mess in here. I got wood for my fencing in here, and I got wood right here for trimming and stuff. But once I got to get an idea in my head, guys, because when I do this stuff, I want it to look good, and I want it to last a long time. So I got some ideas in my head, but I got to let them come to fruition. I'm trying not to be cheap, guys, but I want it to look good, and I try to figure out what is the cheapest way to do this and what is the most covering I get for the money. And plywood is the most covering you can get for the money, because I could have wrapped this in panels, but it had been a little bit more than what I spent on the plywood. The plywood covers pretty good. The panels, you can see right here, I think they're either 36 or 39. They're either 36 or 39. So, but it's all about what you want. Another thing too, what I did, guys, since I wrapped it in plywood, if I ever later on down the road, come up with some money and be like, you know what, man, I got a little extra pocket change. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap the whole building in metal. And the plywood's already there, guys. So if I want to side it, use siding, vinyl siding, the plywood's already there, guys. So that's pretty much where I'm at, guys, on this thing. And I am going to insulate the whole thing. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way for me to do it, the cheapest way. But I want it done right. I always try to figure out what's the right way to do it and the cheapest cost. And sometimes I got to splurge a little bit, guys, to get what I want. Because I get a little wild. I'll tell you what, guys, I could spend a fortune on this building If I wanted to, matter of fact, if I had a lot more money, I probably made the building a lot bigger and probably put a second story on it. But I'm tight on budget this year, guys. It's been almost a year. I have to look at my video. I forgot when I started this building, but it's been close to a year. And my main thing is trying to get the outside finished before this year's up. Now the weather's starting to change, and I'm not going to have too many sunny and warm days. The paint that I use, guys, it has to be above freezing. As long as the sun is shining on it, you can still paint in the winter because the surface is going to be warmer than the air temperature. And as long as that sun is beaming in that area, guys, it'll dry. It'll dry. So you ain't got to worry about the paint freezing. Because I painted in the middle of December and it was freezing cold. But the body temperature on the house that I was painting, guys, it was like around 40, 50 degrees because the sun was just sitting on it all day. So, well, guys, like this video, share it to your social media if you don't mind. If anybody out there is planning on doing a building like this, you know, I'm giving you some ideas on what you can do when you do your building. This here, guys, this would be a nice log cabin out in the woods somewhere. And it's real easy to build. And pretty much everything that I've done here, guys, I hauled it here in my little minivan that I got. I got a little 08 Chevy Uplander. And I've hauled everything in that little minivan except for the floor. And I could have done the floor too, guys. I could have done the floor too, but I rented Menards' pickup truck because I wanted to get all of it in one day. And I did. Or I could have just did like half the panels in my little minivan. I could have hauled them down here and did the other half later. But I was like, you know what? You rent the thing. I think it's like 50, 60 bucks, guys. And I got all my material in there, got it here, and it was said none. Now, if you got a buddy that has a truck or somebody, if you got a truck, a lot of this stuff, guys, you can get in a minivan or a pickup truck. And I got everything in here except for the floor. And I could have got the floor in the minivan. The floor's the only thing I got in a pickup truck. I'm still looking for me a truck, guys. I found one, but the place ain't open on Saturday. What kind of car dealer ain't open on Saturday? That means tell me he ain't in a hurry to sell nothing. So, guys, till the next time, y'all hang in there for the next video, and I will talk at you later. Bye-bye.